everybody, and welcome back to Survival with Fix. Would you look at that sight? Now, last episode, we started work on our giant, enormous mountain castle, and I love the beginning of it. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to start working on the actual sort of purpose of the castle. Now, there's some lore for everything we do in the world, and down there is New Hope, just underneath that balloon. And in New Hope is sort of the seat of power, I guess, where Dr. Steve Tepic is planning how to age up this world within 10,000 days and get into a technological civilization that can actually fight and try to defend themselves against Cal, the evil AI, who's coming on day 10,000, right? This is day 3059, I think. So, 3059. Okay, so we have a long way to go, but it's going to sneak up really fast. So what they wanted to do was they wanted to build a university. Now, by building the university, you got to keep it safe. This is where all your greatest minds are going to be, all your new technology, all that kind of stuff. So, Steve Tepic thought, the best place to build a university would be way up here on the mountain, and we need to fortify it, make it a castle to protect against any possible invaders, because we have to protect these people. Well, that's what we're doing. We're protecting these people. So this is going to be one of the actual big buildings where they're going to learn within the castle walls. That is just the center of the castle. This is actually going to connect to it, and you'll see all that in good time. I got some building, though. I think it's time that we do a bit of a time lapse and get started, shall we? You know, I don't usually make mistakes whenever I'm recording replay mod. I think after like 2,000 videos, I kind of have it figured out, but I made a mistake. I paused it to go get supplies, and I forgot to re-enable it for the second half of the time lapse. And so you can see I did a lot more building. So the main structure of this is starting to be outlined, and I really like it. I also want to mention that the last couple videos, I think the last two videos, I forgot the question and comment of the day. That will be back today and in all future videos. Just made a mistake. I kind of got all hyped up about getting to 3,000 days, and I forgot to put that in the video. So yeah, mistakes all around. Anyway, this is coming along really well. Now, if you notice this thing right here, you might be wondering, what is this? What is this ugly looking bridge? Well, I plan on connecting the university, this is the beginning of the university, to the main tower, because I want this main tower to not be just off by itself. This is part of the whole castle. So a lot of it, not everything, but a lot of it is going to be connected within the giant castle walls that are sort of be on the outskirts here. So we're building up to this. Now I put this here because I want to make sure that this is one block below the floor. If you look over there, you see that's one block higher. So this is supposed to be one block below the floor, and this is how maybe the university professors and stuff can get over here and talk to the council or something. I don't know. This will be like where the higher-ups can go walk over here and have conferences and talk, and maybe a teacher break room. I don't know. I don't know what. But anyway, so now I have the shape basically worked out. I think the shape is really interesting. I have an arch down here that's kind of on the inside, and then I have an arch over there that's kind of on the outside. So if you look, the shape used to have these sort of four pillars on all sides. Now it kind of doesn't. Now it has, basically it's an H symbol. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring this in here and make this whole thing basically a square. Not quite a square, but closer. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put an arch starting on, I think this comes in one block. So yeah, starting on this block right here. I don't have any blocks, but we're going to do an arch right here and right over there, and then bring these sides up to the top of the arch. And that's going to be getting very close to that. So I might actually just make it a really tall arch and then just make it even with that. Okay? Got the plan? I think it's good. I really like the way this is coming. A lot of rooms here for teaching and all that kind of stuff. This is very interesting, I think. I'm not sure if I love it or not. I decided to go with just rings around the tower, make it look reinforced or something for some reason. I don't know, just decorative or something. But yeah, I mean, this is a huge build, so it's going to take some time to figure out where all the detail is and stuff like that. But I like to rough in the general shape first and make sure I like it. All right, well, time to build some arches and I guess sleep. So the first building of the university is almost at full height. I have a lot of detail there. I came over here to New Hope because I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like, sort of connected. I'll be totally honest here. It's a little bit further away from the main castle than I hoped. I think it's going to be fine. We're going to do an arch right there, a big arch. So it's going to be fine. It's going to look absolutely as intended. But if I were being really, really honest, I wish it were like 7 blocks further to the left. But that's what you get when you don't do test worlds, right? I mean, you know, it is what it is. We're not moving at 7 blocks. So that being said, the arch will just have to be a little bit more grand. Plus, let's be real, there's going to be a bunch of stuff in front of it. There's going to be like other towers and plus a wall that's going to go the whole way around. So you're only going to catch a little bit of a glimpse of it. But let me show you. I can't fly. I can't fly. Oh, there we go. I got to show you all the detail here. I really think this is going to be really cool. You know, I've taken a lot of time to really put in a lot of extra arches and stuff, and I've done none. I mean, absolutely none of, what are these little sort of detail bits or see these overhang sort of areas? I've done none of those at all. But the last thing that we're going to do as far as building it up is a twofold build, and we're going to do a little bit of a dome right here. The dome is going to be a half dome. It's going to go from here up, but I got to do a wall. So the wall's going to be like, maybe like 6 blocks tall or something like that. Not super, super tall. And then a dome, and then another tower, kind of like a little bit of a cross. And then we're going to do peaked roofs. So there's going to be a dome and then a roof. And it should be roughly the same height as that, I think. I want this peak to be the tallest peak. I don't want anything to go higher than that peak. But these little sort of diagonal rooms or whatever, yeah, that'll be totally fine. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. I really am liking this build. I love that giant big open window. That's definitely going to stay for sure, because I think that, you know, these people as a place of learning would have a lot of wide open windows. So there's going to be tons of windows in this place, and little classrooms, libraries, probably a lot of libraries probably, and just places for learning. This is going to be the main learning area of this entire build. I do want to show off the roof though, because I just finished it and I think it looks pretty good. I like it a lot. I like that it's not a steeple. It's a little bit more of a dome, signifies it's a little bit different. Let's take a look at the cinematic here. Next thing I got to do is start decorating it, and I started just a little bit here, just this very castle-y sort of typical thing. I mean, I'm just remembering that all this detail, well, not all of it, but a lot of this detail is going to be covered up by ice and snow, but that's going to be way down the road. That's like, I mean, that's probably like 3 months from now of real life time before I even get to that, because I want to have the castle completely done and pristine before we start adding the snow, so that way all the landscaping's done. Obviously this is not finished landscaping and all that kind of stuff, so you know, we're getting there. There's a couple more things I want to do. I want to do detailing. I want to add a lot of windows, like I said, and then I want to work on this bridge. And I'm concerned about this bridge. I'll tell you what, I think up here, this side, not going to be a problem at all. It's going to go straight into this flat because I built this with this bridge in mind. However, over here, I did not build this with this bridge in mind. So I think what we're going to have to do, and this is going to be a real pain. It's going to be really painful. I think I'm going to have to take out a portion of this right here and bring up like from sort of this peak of the arch and bring an arch up there. I think that's going to be the only way to make that look realistic. I mean, we're just going to have to break through the roof, I think. I can't really think of another way. This is the problem, you know, when you build sort of modularly like I do, you know, let me discuss that just for a quick second, because I get this question a lot. People are like, how do you build huge builds? I build them all just like you're seeing right now. I build them all modularly. Like when this castle is done, I guarantee you I'm going to get some comments for people who just come in then and be like, wow, how do you build such a huge castle? And it's like, well, I don't, you know, I build just this part. And actually, in fact, I build just this tower, right? And then I duplicate it. And then I build just this arch. And then I make that over there. And then I build just this center tower, right? So I build just little things and then you just connect them. So this is going to look like an absolutely just huge mega build, but it's not really. It's just a bunch of, you know, smaller, medium-sized builds. I think it's going to look really, really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not underselling how cool I think this build's going to be when it's done, but that's not really what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a whole bunch of little small builds. I think I think anyone can really do. Just don't get overwhelmed, you know? All right, on to the detailing stage. The details are starting to come in and it's starting to look really, really good. By the way, I finished a gig like 6 hours ago, which tells you about what time of night it is, or should I say morning. The sun's gonna be up soon, but I am very inspired on this build. I'm just having a really great time doing it. I think it looks really, really cool. So I tried to keep, a similar thing to back there over here, but not exactly the same. For one thing, it's even, and I don't want it to be exactly the same, but I want it to be inspired by the same sort of build, right? Up here, though, these windows, where they fall to keep it right in line with these sort of accents, that means there's a big area here, and I don't know what to do with it. But then I had an idea. What if we did sort of an outside walkway here, like a bit of just a, I don't know, like a horseshoe shape, like a U sideways shape? I think that could be really, really cool. Now, it'll need some supports and stuff, and we'll have to work that out, but I think we're going to do that, because here's the one thing I don't like about this build. We have this great big arch here, and then we have another arch right there. I think there needs to be something in between them to help break that up. So let's do it. I got a letter from Edwin detailing more about the Avon and their society, and it's so interesting, I want to record it into my log. The rule of 4 in Avon society is strict, even to the point of forcing families, if they birth a third child, making their family unit a quintet, they have to choose one member to leave and never return to the family. Each sect of their society has a different outcome if they are the chosen family member to leave. Warriors leave and immediately report for assignment in a foreign war post or war. Growers are sent out to they call them GOP fields. I don't really even know what to make of that. Babies are sent to a collective orphanage. This seems kind of like a state-run organization that trains children in whatever the Avon currently lack. In times of war, of course, they would be trained as warriors. In peacetime, perhaps growers. Regardless, however, they are not permitted any contact at all with their former family. This is disconcerting, to say the least. I love our new allies, and I want to strengthen our bond with them, but this is a hard pill to swallow. I like these rings a lot. Now, I am a little bit worried about this one because of the arch here. I didn't really think about it whenever I was building it, and now it's done. I think it'll be okay. In fact, we might actually just use it as a support for the arch, but yeah, I didn't really think it through all that much. I should have, but okay, we'll cross that bridge later. First, we have to support this ring here, and I think the way I'm going to support it is come up right from this pillar right here and come up to it. I think that'll work. Yeah, I think it'll work. I don't want to go diagonal. I want to go kind of straight on these pillars. I am so lucky that I've been saving up stone and stuff from all these different projects, because I don't want to dig right now. I just want to build. I had to come over to Gabor and I started emptying chests. Now, I have a lot of stone. I have all these double chests of stone, but at some point I'm going to have to replenish my supplies. I thought I had a lot more. I thought I had all these chests, but these are all filled with mangrove leaves. Apparently, I have really gone a little bit crazy on harvesting mangrove leaves, so I have a ton of those, and that's it. Regardless, time to leave Gabor here. I got a lot more stone. I cannot wait to get more of this kingdom done, but that's coming down the road. Which kingdom, let me ask you a question while I fly back. Which kingdom do you enjoy so far the most? Do you enjoy New Hope, the medieval thing, Steelport, the Industrial Revolution thing, the ancient city of Perseverance? Do you enjoy the little hamlets that we have, the unnamed one still at this point, and Maple Vale? Do you enjoy the new castle? Let me know in the comments. Which are you most looking forward to next episode working? Because I think we may break away from the castle for an episode and do something else and then come back. Or the moon even, the sci-fi thing. I do want to work more on that as well. All right, I gotta say, I was skeptical in the beginning. Very skeptical, perhaps you might say, but I am becoming a believer now. I am a little bit sad that this whole entire horseshoe is inside, but that's okay. We have one over here that matches exactly, and that's all right. We're gonna make something interesting out of it. You know, this makes me think of just the way I often build big things is when I first started, I get really nervous that I'm gonna ruin it. I'm just gonna ruin the whole build. I'm not gonna be able to fix it and whatever, but now that I'm seeing the shape, I think it's actually perfect. Remember earlier I said, oh, I wish this tower was closer? I don't. I think it's exactly where it needs to be. This is the absolute perfect size. I think that I may have a stair in there that I gotta fix. Other than that, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave that stair there as a little bit of a decaying brick. Okay, we'll just say that. But yeah, this is really, really nice. Now I gotta work on sort of where the walkway is gonna be before I go much further than that, because I want to have another straight beam going across at this level. Maybe a little higher though. Maybe like this high, and then another one up there. Should be good, because I want like little windows, as if maybe there's a completely covered walkway that I think will look nice. Welcome to day 3,100. That's right. We just crossed over to that day, and it makes a little bit more progress. Not tons. I did this little bit over here where I added some flowers and some little flower boxes. I just wanted some like nature, something that wasn't just this sort of cold stone architecture. I think it really fits the bill. Also, I did little balconies out here, which I think are nice. I do need to hang some lights up here. I mean, I need to light up everything. We're just in the very beginning of the detailing stage. Down here, I think we're probably going to end up doing like little classrooms and stuff up here. I'm not sure how we're going to get to it, but each of these could be little tiny classrooms for all the people who are going to be learning this is, after all, the university. So I think that'll be cool. I don't plan on doing a lot of detailing to this, like arch area over here. I really tried to land there. I don't plan on doing a lot of detailing over here to this arch. I think that it's going to be kind of cool how it is. I think what I will do is detail just like sort of from that level up to that level. I kind of did that. Where can you see it? I kind of did that. Oh, you know what? Hello? What the heck's attacking me during the middle of the day? Is that the goat? Did the goat just attack me? Yeah, the freaking goat just attacked me. You know, I forget that goats were even added to the game, I'll be honest. I don't even think of them, because up until right now, I haven't played in a mountain at all. It's weird. So yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll just grab some stairs and just sort of bridge that gap with almost like some braces. I guess I didn't, I think I did use it, but I think then it got kind of covered up by this tower. But I think I did use it sort of right in there. Look at this goat. Is he gonna ram me again? Man, weird. Anyway, all right, so I got a bunch of these already made up, and I should be ready to go. I'm trying to stay fairly consistent stylistically, as all these buildings I want to feel as if they were all built at the same time, right? Which, you know, they kind of are. Some of this detailing, and I got to make a decision here on sort of what I want to go with lighting, because I do want this thing to be lit up. I just think it'll look really cool if there are sort of exterior lights every little bit, you know, not all over the place. But I'm looking at these two designs, and I kind of like both of them, honestly. This one, I like how it's a little further away. This one, I like how it's sort of hanging down. I think I'm going to go with this. I think that makes a little bit more sense. But, I mean, they're both kind of winners. It's very simple, obviously. Down here, I did more of this sort of thing that just bridges the gap. I think adds a little bit of interest. Some of that gothic medieval feel that I really like. And yeah, should be good. I believe that my window is off-centered by 1. Is this a 3 wide? And I didn't even know? Oh, geez. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. I'll expand that window, too. It's a small thing, but I've been working a lot on trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with this, and I just now figured it out. So the way these towers are shaped, this edge, if you look at it, is straight, and this one comes out. Over here, this one comes out in the middle, but also this one comes out leaning into this tower. So unfortunately, I have to make a decision, because I don't want to shape this differently. I want there to be that... Hello, geez, okay, all right, I'll be right back. don't know why, but I never added FreeCam mod to this. I don't know. I tend to use replay mod and just look at it, just use it to fly around. But now I'm using FreeCam, so I'm actually in the game, so I could potentially die. I think, is that me standing down there? Yeah, it is. Look at me, I'm just standing there. Oh, I'm wearing my Walking Dead skin. Anyway, so I'm looking at what else I have left to do. There's a couple things I still want to do. I want to work on up here. I want to put fires up here. Not campfires, because I don't want the smoke. I just want fires. So I'm going to use these things to have fires. I think it will just look cool since it's so cold and everything. We are going to be adding ice down the road, but I want to add some greenery here. So I'm thinking fires over here, greenery over here, and then we're getting very close to done with the bulk of this without, without a lot of decoration still. They definitely want to add. I'd also still like to bring in some warp. Like, see these little warp accents here? They're very minor, but what they do is they bring the roof into the main build, and I need to do some of that over here. I have roof, kind of roof, but I need to have a little bit of that up here. Like, for example, these missing blocks. I mean, something up here. I just need to find some sort of area for green. The only thing I have, I think, is just right here, because it's the only last time I remembered. And look, oh man, more missing blocks. Ay. I don't even know what to tell you. I know I keep doing this, but I love. So I bumped the render down to 17 chunks, which is a pretty playable render distance. And look at that. It's just hazy. It's just, oh, are you kidding? Now, I mean, of course, it's crystal clear with like more chunks, but I love it. It just looks like such a fantasy epic thing. Oh man, this already, and I'm not even nearly done. I'm like 5% done with this castle. This might be my favorite build I've ever done. I am absolutely in love with it. Can't wait to get the landscaping done and all the details and interiors and all that kind of stuff. Oh man, I'm so excited. So I made some custom trees, and I really like this. I love mixing leaves in my trees. I just do. I think it's just like, look, up close, you kind of see it. You're like, those are just different leaves. But when you back up a little bit, it just looks, okay, this is like the worst. I picked the worst possible example because it's like dark and snowy. But if you trust me, when the sun's coming in, I like the highlights. It's just like having the lighter azalea leaves. It makes it just look like there's highlights, like the sun is highlights. So I very often do that. The other thing, though, that I'm not super psyched about is I tried to plant some azalea trees. Because, again, I'm telling you, I'm starting to love azalea. I know, it's not the most popular tree bush type, but I'm starting to really like it. I don't like it here, though. It's just too big. So what I'll be totally honest. I thought I would just get a little lazy because I built these and they take a few minutes. And I thought, I'll just plant some azalea trees. They'll look the same. They don't. They don't look as good. They're just too bulky, too big. And it like makes this dome look smaller. Let me show you if I pop in free cam here. So, yeah, it's like these little trees make the dome look nice and big. These big trees right here, they just take away from it. They just take the whole thing down. Now, I do like it from down here. I like seeing that. I like seeing that greenery up there, but it's just too much. This looks way better. Just doing these little fence custom trees, much better. I still got to get lights and some other stuff, some detail. Like this is blah detail, but okay, it's coming along. Things are looking good. Now I decided something else too. I want to bring in some nature coming from there over to here in the form of basically another tree. So I found the midway point on this bridge. The only thing I'm curious about is, is this the actual, yeah, see, that's not the midpoint of the arch. So, oh man, should it be? I think maybe it should be the midpoint of the arch, right? Like, I think it should be kind of right here. Let me count blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is no midpoint. Okay, so we're going to go with 1 over. I'm going to go with this one here, I think. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little oval and then a tree. I think that'll look really cool. Just a little bit of a nature spot. Or we could do 2 instead. Oh, would that be better? That might be better. Maybe do another one. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do 2 here, 2 over there. I think it'll line. Actually, maybe even 3, honestly. I'll take a look at it. Let's do a time lapse. Oh man, this gives a nice feel. Now, I'm a little bit conflicted on what I want to do next. I have a feeling, I kind of think I might want to do anvils here, and that is a building technique that, believe it or not, I have never done. You see build teams like creative teams do it all the time. They use anvils like crazy because, it's a different shape and interesting sort of fence thing. I've never done it. I'm a little worried that it would be weird because this is all stone and just like he has this big black thing. So I think what I might do is fly over to, actually, I might not need to fly. I think I have quite a bit of iron. Before I try out the anvils, though, I do want to get to the question and comment of the day. It's from Woven Mother, channel member. I've been enjoying the story so far. I have a question. How do you come up with your characters and decide what kind of impact they have on the story? You know, the story is everything. For me, the story is all of it. And then the secondary thing, after I decide where the story is going, I kind of think of which characters might want to talk about it or whatever. And then I also think about who my voice actors are, because I run all of my voice lines by my YouTube members and supporters first. And if none of them can do it, then I sort of open it up. So I also think like, oh man, I've used Chaos a lot recently, so I hate to keep asking people to do voice parts, you know, even though people seem to be really happy and willing to do it. So I really take that in consideration. It's like, oh, I don't want to put any more on like Chaos's plate or Shalene's plate or whoever else has been doing voice parts for me. So, but basically the story is everything. I try to voice as many characters as I can so that I can have Steve talk to Hank or the King of the Avon or whatever, you know. The character part comes secondary, but it's a lot of fun to put different characters in a room and see how they might react. Let's pop a couple of these down and just sort of get an idea of what the feel would be like of this. I have enough for, I don't know, I guess I don't really need that many, I guess. I can almost get the whole way across just with those 9. Yeah, I'm only like, am I literally 1 shy? No, I'm 3 shy, okay. Anyway, what's the feeling there? Is it cool? Would it be cooler if I replaced this? I don't know, man. It's so different. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just, I don't think this is the right place for it. I think it's a technique that I would like to explore and get more into down the road, but I don't feel like this is the right. This isn't the right location, right? I think I am done now. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be pretty great. I did a lot of work today. There's still some interior stuff I'd like to do, maybe some more detailing and stuff, but would you just, I mean, come on, would you just look at this thing? I hope y'all are as excited as I am. I am so creatively just like on a high. I want to keep working on this castle episode after episode, but I think next episode I want to break away. Just I don't want to get tired of this or burn out of this. This is going to be such a huge project. We're going to be here for another, 875 days or whatever working on this sort of area. So I think next episode we'll do something else. Then we'll come back and work more on this castle. I am so happy with it. I hope you all are as well. And I'll see you all next time from Survival with Fix.